Metal Up World, this is CJ of CJOrtiz.com and MetalMotivation.com. This is the first episode of a 5-message series on avoiding the train wrecks of life. You know, when we think of achievement, when we think of getting a great goal, obtaining great goals, obtaining great things in life, or going through some sort of massive personal transformation, we always think of a bunch of things we've never done before that we're going to have to do. You know, if you've got a physical goal in regards to your body, you want to lose weight or get big or whatever, you think of all the stuff you're going to have to do diet-wise that you've never done before, all the nutrition you're going to have to learn about, all the training techniques you're going to have to learn about, all the days and nights you're going to have to spend on the gym, and all of this stuff that you've never done before, things that you don't know about that you're going to have to do. Or maybe it's a financial goal. Maybe you're trying to make more money, pay off some debts, or move forward in your career. You think of all the things you're going to have to do, all the new things you're going to have to add to your life to produce any kind of achievement for yourself financially, relationally. It doesn't matter what it is. We think we have to add to so many things in order to get out of the rut of where we are. And is that you right now? Are you stuck in a rut? That's probably the number one thing that I hear from people, that they say they are stuck in a rut. They're trapped in a season of life that's maybe it's dark or it's dismal, or just they seem lost, they seem confused. The fog has settled in. They just can't see beyond the clouds right now. They can't see the horizon. They don't know the path that they need to take, and so they feel like they're not making any progress. And the weird thing about the way we're wired is that we are wired to be motivated, to be inspired by results. You know, I've never been the type to say, listen, man, I'm just going to blow a bunch of sunshine up your ass and tell you, go get him, and cheer you on and whatever. You know, that will get you through a bad day. That may get you through a bad week, but that will not produce lasting change. A lazy, poor football player is not going to be a champion, even if he has 1 million cheerleaders. So motivation in that sense isn't going to do you very much. What you've got to be able to do is be able to understand that the issue right now is not just adding a bunch of new things you've never done before to get some progress, to get you out of your rut, to get you out of this neutral position that you're in right now. Sometimes all that's needed is for you to avoid some train wrecks, because oftentimes the situations that we're in right now, the circumstances that surround us, are created by ourselves. Wrong decisions, whether they were intentional or by mistake, either way, life is the sum total of the decisions that we make. So you may be in that position right now where you're stuck in life, but it may be by your own hand. It may be by your own doing. So if you're going to have some progress in life, we're going to have to clear some clutter. We're going to have to get some things out of the way. We're going to have to change the way you approach life, okay, so that you stop causing your own wrecks. You avoid the train wrecks of life. You stay on course to destination domination. You keep your life on track. So at least there's some steady progress. You may not be moving as fast to your goals as someone else's, but that doesn't matter. So long as you're gaining progress, your soul is going to be satisfied. You will be able to reinforce your commitment. You'll be able to feed more fire into your passion and desire. All of these things will reinforce themselves and keep you pushing forward. It's the compounding effect that we're trying to achieve. The compounding effect. What is the compounding effect? It's like interest on a credit card. Why does it take so long to pay off? By the time you have a $5,000 credit card that you've maxed out, you pay that thing off. It takes you 10 years to do it. You end up paying twice as much or more, because compounding interest just keeps pounding and pounding. It's not just adding, it's a multiplication of the debt. The debt increases exponentially. It's the compounding effect. What you want to do is use the compounding effect for your own life. So any progress that you make, even if it's minimal, is an encouragement to your head and heart. It's an inspiration to your soul, and it will reinforce that commitment, which means greater work. You'll start to multiply your effort. You'll start to multiply your results. All we've got to do is clear some of this clutter. All we've got to do is get you to avoid the train wrecks. Now, as I say this, making this video, we're in the middle of the NFL playoffs. Now, if you know anything about football, getting to a championship level in sports, especially in things like football, it's not because a team is excellent at trick plays. You don't get to become a championship football team. You don't get to the playoffs or to the Super Bowl because you're adept at trick plays, right? How do you get to the Super Bowl? How do you get to a championship? Fundamentals, tackling, passing, running game, strong defense, avoiding turnovers, avoiding penalties. It's these things that'll trip up a team. A team can be, for example, great at its defense, great, have a great passing quarterback, have a great running back. But if that running back always fumbles, if he runs 25 yards, 30 yards a carry, but he still fumbles the ball, or that quarterback has a bullet for an arm and can throw the football anywhere, but it gets picked off and intercepted, or they keep causing penalties, these turnovers, these penalties will undermine the very best of teams. So what we want to do in your life is avoid the train wrecks, avoid these fundamental penalties, avoid these turnovers, avoid the constant errors, constant bad judgments that we make in life. In that way, just by doing that, not adding a bunch of new stuff to your life, just by avoiding these turnovers, these fundamental mistakes, these fundamental errors, the train wrecks of life, just by doing that, you're naturally going to progress. And that is going to reinforce you, as I said. It's going to multiply your personal power, and you're going to increase. This is how we avoid life's train wrecks, and this is how we start putting ourselves into acceleration when it comes to real achievement and lasting change. So again, this is the first episode of this series. If you'd like to see the rest of them, you can learn about doing that on the link below, metalmotivation.com/life domination coaching. This is CJ, the Metal Motivator. And remember, in whatever you do, don't suck. Metal up.